I'm T-Roy. You know that already. I was watching the news a while ago about the TV crew that were killed today on live TV. Was pretty screwed up. I mean, that was bad. Even the shooter filmed it himself. That's dude, that is sick. But I was watching Russia Today, which is like a news show. It's basically a Russian version of NBC because they're a bunch of communists too. Had an expert professor from Duke University saying that the problem isn't mental with all the gun violence and people getting killed, it's because of access to guns. Seriously? Like totally sane, rational people uh, are the ones who generally shoot people with guns. Only a small percentage of them have a mental defect. Really? And people pay how much money a year to send their kids to Duke University to be taught by morons like this? Let me put it to you this way. Okay, think about this. How many houses and buildings and stuff are broken into every day? Okay? Most of the time, aren't they broken into with like a pry bar to break in the door or the window or whatever? Okay, does that mean if we outlaw pry bars that there won't be any more break-ins? Um, what about knives? How many people over the centuries have been murdered with knives before there were even guns? Don't hear a whole lot about knife control, do you? Um, the local news TV has a special tonight about the tragedy of the two news people that were killed. And it is a tragedy. Do not get me wrong. But they will also have interviews with professionals and counselors to help us deal with it, to help us deal with the death of two people we didn't know existed until today. Why not show the same compassion for how many people were killed in Chicago over the July 4th weekend? It was over 10, and much more than that were shot. The other week in St. Louis, when the black guy was killed and, all hell broke loose with Black Lives Matter and all that other stuff, there was a 9-year-old kid who was killed, like the same day. Not a word about it. Seems to me like we got priorities a little mixed up here. Um, it is a tragedy. It totally is. But damn, people, use your freaking head. Um, People are killed every day by drunk drivers. Do we outlaw cars? Will that get rid of the drunk drivers? No, because then they'll just be drunk on a freaking lawnmower and chop people up. Think about it. Use your brain. That's what it's there for. Use your head for something besides a hat rack. Or as Andy Griffith used to say, act like you got some smarts. I'm T. Roy. That's the news because I said so.